Microsoft is currently in court with the FTC.
Microsoft and Activision facing off against the FTC today over one of the largest technology acquisitions in history.
Now, during the proceedings, files and emails came out revealing that they had a list of companies to potentially acquire, including Sega.
Microsoft, Xbox.
It's been revealed that Xbox was planning to buy Sega back in 2020.
当社の代表取締役会長兼社長であります大川勲の個人資産をこの度受贈することによって
So what games does Sega have? And do they sue Xbox? No! They have Yakuza, Sonic, Football Manager, Persona, Bayonetta, Valkyria Chronicles, and Shenmue. All quality games, but they don't align with the Xbox brand as it currently stands. This could help them with the lack of support from Japanese developers, and maybe grow in those territories. I feel like to a certain extent, this is a lost cause. I mean, you can get some JRPGs into Game Pass, but I feel like this speaks to a bigger problem overall. With Xbox's past and the rest of this list of potential acquisitions, it seems like they're just buying anything without any rhyme or reason, whether it makes sense or not, just to feed into Game Pass. A beast that forever needs feeding. Rather than build up and nurture something, they just go and purchase it and think, that's it, the job's done, everything's solved, we can go home now. But as we've seen, no it isn't. And I often see the Xbox community blindly support this, whether it makes sense or not, all because they can say, we have something you don't, even though they already had it before the deal. And not saying that Sega isn't quality, but overall, it seems like a quantity over quality approach. I feel like PlayStation shouldn't have bought Bungie. I feel like that would suit Xbox more, especially with this whole kumbaya narrative they have of putting their games everywhere still. While Sega may not be the best fit for Xbox, it would be a huge blow to PlayStation, where a lot of these games were once exclusive. And even though Phil Spencer has been running around in interviews acting like he's the good guy and PlayStation is trying to bully Xbox, Matt Booty said they could spend PlayStation out of business. And with enough purchases like this, it's plausible. This list was from 2020, but with the heavy Sega presence at the Xbox showcase and the Activision deal potentially falling through, this is still possible, although Sega has currently declined as it stands. But let's take a look at who else was on this list. And like I said, this list speaks to a bigger problem over at Xbox and Microsoft.
The only problem with Microsoft is they just have no taste. They have absolutely no taste. And what that means is, I don't mean it in a small way, I mean it in a big way. In the sense that they don't think of original ideas, and they don't bring much culture into their product. I am saddened, not by Microsoft's success. I have no problem with their success. They've earned their success, for the most part. I have a problem with the fact that they just make really third-rate products.
Xbox just buys things. I don't understand how anyone wants them to win. They don't buy and improve. They actually have a history of buying and making things worse. Here's an example for the Xbox people who may disagree. Many years ago, Xbox tried to buy Nintendo. Do you honestly think Nintendo would be in the same position it's in today with Xbox leadership? No! Absolutely not. They have the most money, and there should be a cheat code, but instead, they're still in last place because it takes more than money, and they suck! And this list proves that. They want to buy out the whole field. It doesn't make a difference. Who they are, what they make, they just want something to fuel Game Pass, which nobody likes. Not the consumers. For the consumers, right now, as it stands, it's great. It's great value, the games are hit or miss, but that's only for so long. We still haven't felt the down the road effects of Game Pass. If you look around, every CEO says that Game Pass does not work and that they don't like it. Rockstar, Activision, PlayStation. Jim Ryan said he spoke to other publishers and they don't like it. They all say this isn't a sustainable model. And if it's not sustainable, then the games would have to change. The only people pushing subscription services is Xbox. And guess what? They don't even fully believe in it. They just know they're in too deep now. In these court documents that came out, they said they wanted to get rid of Day 1 in Game Pass. Matt Booty had to say that would be the end of them if they did that. They're releasing Starfield a couple days early if you buy it. They're incentivizing you to actually buy it. It seems like they're in too deep and they're just buying everything up because they need it to succeed. But what happens if it doesn't succeed and they own a majority of the landscape? So, Thunderful, they made SteamWorld and the Gunk, Supergiant, they make Hades, Niantic, they make Pokemon Go, Bungie, obviously Destiny, formerly Halo, a franchise they bought again, IO Interactive, Hitman, and currently working on James Bond, and Scooply, Monopoly Go. I'm big on Monopoly, so when I saw Monopoly Go, let me download this. Monopoly Go is one of the worst games I've ever played. I'm not exaggerating. And they're a mobile studio, obviously. This is just to name a few of the studios. There was even more studios. Obviously, Sega was on this list. There were 100 different developers on this list. Some more on this list. CD Projekt Red, Crytek, FromSoft, Gearbox, People Can Fly, Remedy, Supergiant Games, Techland 505 Games, Paradox Interactive, Focus Home Interactive. It's like, when is enough enough? This isn't, can you consider just buying everything strategy? Just buy everything, put it on Game Pass, and let's hope it works, because we're in too deep with Game Pass at this point. We have the weakest hardware holding us back. We have no real identity, brand identity. Let's just buy everything and just put it in a subscription service, change the whole landscape of gaming so nobody wants to buy games anymore, and then we're the last one standing. But no, that's not a future I want to see. I don't think that's a bright future. I don't think it's a good future. I don't think that, no. But looking at these court documents and everything that's come out over the past few days, it certainly seems like it, and that's unfortunate.